Ladies and gentlemen, it is General Greene. In today's video, we're going to talk about and reveal for the first time ever, you haven't heard this anywhere, please like and share, what's coming next, what the big event, what the surprise is going to be post what we experienced in the last couple years and what I believe the global elites have planned next. So before we get started, please like and share, take in this beautiful view today, and come along for a brief walk with me to discuss. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that the next major event is a Stuxnet type virus that's about to hit the United States. For those of you that don't know what that is, in joint effort of the United States government, military, black op operations, along with Israel, they launched what was called a Stuxnet virus in 2010. It was geared to decapitate the Iranian nuclear proliferation program. It was actually pretty darn effective, and essentially what it was, a bunch of data, a virus that was installed on the localized networks, also in the cloud, that took a lot of Iranian systems out. Now, this has been going on for a long time. Of course, they've had AI for a number of years now, decades. They only just released it to the American public. You're only getting what they want you to see, but I believe that the next big event will actually be a Stuxnet type event, but here's the catch, it's coming to America. I actually think this is what the elites want. I think it'll be what we call a false event, and I'm going to tell you why they're going to implement this, because the growing emergence of AI and artificial intelligence is taking tons of resources away from our grid. Take a look at this here for a minute. Just absolutely views today. But artificial intelligence is taking away tons of power, to sucking energy and electricity. In fact, politicians on Capitol Hill are actually talking about this today. All the major people, Sam Altman, ChatGPT, the list goes on and on. They're saying unless we radically start mobilizing for more power, more energy, think about all the electric cars, blockchain technologies, bitcoins that need to be mined, AI, all this stuff is fueled by electricity. So this is a major thing, and they need to push the American people this direction. Again, the whole reason for what you experienced in recent years was so that we could get here. Again, what is the intention? What is the goal? It is biological move towards the new system. This is biblical as well, guys. It is what that thing is. It's warned about in the book of Revelation, the mark. We've seen these technologies developed, of course, like Neuralink and other chips that all, by the way, will be integrated with artificial intelligence, with ChatGPT, with Sam Altman's WorldCoin, which is an iris scanner. Basically grabs all that data, puts it into a system, into a police surveillance state, then uses that. And then, of course, will be tied into the new payment systems, of which it says in the Bible you're not going to be able to buy or sell. Where are these payment systems going to be? Well, X is actually rolling out a payment system. It's always been part of the plan of Elon Musk and others to roll out payments. So we have to be very wary of this. You know, you need to use your discernment to better understand, like, is this a good thing? Should you be using this technology? What are their end goals? What are their plans? Do they have maybe sinister ideas at play here? So what I think that the global elite need is a major Stuxnet type event. What's going to happen, I believe, is like an EMP style short-term period where the grid's going to go down. So I believe this is all in motion now. It's the cyber event that was warned to all of us. They always tell us in advance what they're going to do. All you have to do is read the literature. It's all out there in the open, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't this amazing? Look at this. This is absolutely crazy. I don't know if you can see this, but just I'm kind of like on a massive cliff right now. So I believe that this is what the global elites have planned for the average American. This is what I believe is their intent and is their next goal. Why would they do this and actually inflict the damage themselves on the American people? Well, just like 9/11, which was yesterday, which many of us have various opinions on that, and just like we know what happened to us in the last few years wasn't everything that they told us, now they're going to need something to, kind of push the American people towards the means to an end. So what will this grid down event accomplish? Well, one, it'll spread massive fear. which they always use fear, okay, to then implement any kind of change or tyranny. Secondly, it will emphasize the need for a radical Manhattan-style project mobilization towards a new energy grid system, of which they already have planned. They already have all this agenda laid out, but they're going to have to politicize it and also kind of, lay the foundation for some, legalese around it as well. Again, everything that was done in recent years was much of a legal setup. Notice, for example, all the Fortune 100 companies now have no legal liability on any of their products and their experiments that they're rolling out. That means they have carte blanche ability for record profits, put everyone on a subscription model indefinitely. There's no recourse if something happens to you. It's basically guaranteed profits for free. So you kind of have to look at it and almost commend these people, how smart they are, how the cabal really is, quite frankly, genius in so many ways that they have the ability through fear. And as we talked about yesterday, fourth, fifth generation warfare, it's cool rock, launch these campaigns of manipulation, disinformation, fakeness, and then put it into real action. Also notice that Elon Musk is supposedly, he's got his people spacewalking right now. Yeah, they can't solve pollution, can't solve hunger, can't solve male pattern baldness. They weren't able to stop that pesky V spreading all over the world. They had to lock everyone in their house, but they're actually just bouncing around in space, supposedly, even though they haven't been back to the moon since 1971, even though they're only 1,400 kilometers, if you go look this up, above Earth. Now, I want you to keep in mind, when we allegedly landed on the moon in 1969, pre-internet, okay, guys? 50 plus years ago, they were almost 300 times further out. So this record that Elon Musk is breaking, it's actually a record. He's commending himself. NASA's congratulating him right now, is 300 times less the distance than the alleged moon landing. And by the way, they would have had to go through the Van Allen belt. Let me ask you a question, guys. If the government's lied to you just in the recent past couple of years, wouldn't they lie to you in 1969 too? Like, do you honestly have that much cognitive dissonance where you would think that if they've lied recently and rewritten history, which wasn't even true, that they wouldn't have done it in the past for ulterior motives or Cold War strategy with Russia? I mean, that's all it was. It was one giant psyop. Like, it's the equivalent of me telling you, oh no, I believe chocolate-covered raindrops or lollipops grow on trees and on these rocks. But I've actually never seen it with my own eyes, and of course, they've never even been there. So it's a little bit of a side topic, but why are they doing this huge push for SpaceX right now? All government subsidized, all taxpayer funded. The company's completely unprofitable. But of course, Elon Musk gets all that free money because the AI is alien. It is artificial intelligence, which is an alien invasion. It was the V spreading all over the flat Earth in recent years. Again, it's God's footstool. Guys, flat as a pancake out there. You see that right there? Flat as a freaking pancake. Look at that. Flat. Flat. I mean, go read your Bible, ladies and gentlemen. It's a dome. Water's below, water's above. It says this in the freaking Bible. I don't know. I just trust God's word. I don't trust the scientists. Dude, the scientists once said the earth was flat, which looks flat as a pancake right there. No wonder they said that. Then they said it was round, like a soccer ball. Now they say it's an egg shape. I mean, again, they're the ones changing their narrative in science all the time. So who knows what we can trust? Unless I'm bouncing around spacewalking, I don't believe it. And if Elon Musk's technology is so good, why isn't he on his own spacecraft? Think about that. He doesn't put his own butt on the spacecraft. Why? Why? If he's so confident and he's world record breaking all these new technologies, if I own that company, I would be riding in my own rockets to show a sign of confidence. I'd be on the moon right now, bouncing around the Swiss cheese like an idiot, rubbing it in everybody's faces like, look, it's real. Anyone that ever said that we couldn't go to the moon is wrong. But no. So none of this can be trusted. None of this can be believed. And in addition to that, deep fakes and AI and synthetic content and videos, etc., are being rolled out at a massive scale. There's social influencers now you don't even know are AI or not. You know I'm not, because, well, I've been doing this 20 years. But there are social accounts now with millions of followers. They have already deep-faked presidential debates, events, and speeches. We actually saw it for the first time with Joe Biden. I'm sure some of you didn't even realize it, but you actually watched a deep fake. See, they're blurring the lines between reality and non-reality now, and that only benefits the elites. They'll be able to tell you with a stamp of approval what's a deep fake and what's not, what's true and what's not. It'll muddy the waters so you won't know. It creates confusion among the American masses. They won't know what to trust anymore, and so they'll have to go along with whatever the government says. Again, the government has the power of the purse, okay? They manipulate the context of history. They don't allow us to audit their financial books, which we're going to talk about now, and a little bit of Bitcoin. So what's going on with the U.S. debt? Well, it's now a record $1 trillion annually in interest payments, which exceeds all of the entirety of Medicare and the national defense budget, proving America is bankrupt. It is a fraud, and hyperinflation is now permanent, here to stay, and it's going to be the worst thing you've ever seen in the next few months. Just like I predicted during lockdowns, I told you hyperinflation would skyrocket. Buy this, get into islandproject.com, make a ton of money, which we've done. Now, Trump also is launching his own cryptocurrency project today. So today he's making an announcement. This is huge news. So I want you to understand this. This is all going mainstream. Just like I said, it's probably why I'm even, psychologically wearing my Bitcoin shirt today, because up only. Again, these people were the ones that told you Bitcoin was a scam. Now they're launching their own cryptos. See how that worked? Again, the government and the politicians and the media want you broke. They want you poor. They want you subservient slaves. The general here wants you rich, empowered, knowing Christ, with the truth, with onboarding stellar communities like our digital Noah's Ark at islandproject.com. And by the way, I've got several members in all of our locations right now. I have a beautiful member down in Kapalua staying at our beachfront condo, just several miles that way. We've got people over in Park City right now in our Deer Valley Ski Lodge, $6 million plus. We've got people over at Waikiki right now, right on the beach in front of the Duke statue, beachfront as well. We've been building and doing this for 2 years. Why? And why do I always tell you about Island Project? Because everything they're doing is leading you this direction. We must understand too that everything about the stock market is rigged. Everything is rigged, and so they can do anything they want. And I've said this for years. What they're going to do is never pay back the debt. They're not going to pay back the debt. What they're going to do is just get rid of it. How do they do that? With a very seamless reset into new technology. What is the new technology? Blockchain. Just a new system that they're building. It's a rollout of, CBDCs and new technologies. They don't have to pay back the debt because that money was never real in the first place. But what it does do, the impact of it, the repercussions of it, folks, is that it does create inflation, which means your bank accounts are being robbed. It means you're going to lose your net worth. It means the Ponzi scheme of Medicare, Social Security is upside down, likely not to be paid. It means your pensions will not be paid. They're all on massive amounts of leverage and debt, especially the public ones. And it basically means that when this grid down happens, and you're hearing it first, I'm telling you, they're going to pull this off. It'll be short-term in nature, a couple of days, a couple of hours. They'll probably blame like North Korea or Iran. They'll say it's Iran this time, even though they did it to Iran with Stuxnet just a couple years ago, a decade ago, right? They'll blame them. That'll help usher us into World War III too. It'll close your bank accounts, start bank runs, massive short-term collapse in the U.S. stock market, and as all that pandemonium is taking place, that's when they'll bring you into the new system. That's when they'll declare, well, we need a solution to this problem. So, I'd be thinking about preparation right now. I'd be thinking about getting your money out of the banks. I'd be talking to my father at 808-442-2934. I'd join us at Island Project. Get in with your first 30 units today. Fill out the members app. Call us. Again, my dad's number's right down here. Make sure you're in. Make sure you're organizing. Make sure you're joining like minds. In addition to that, I want to hear what you think, because again, I think a Stuxnet event is next, along with Grid Down. I think, and I believe, this is what they have planned. I believe, because it's all been predictively programmed, that the cyber event is next. And you're in World War III. You're in hyperinflation now. It's going to get much, much worse unless you all organize, unless we all go to God for strength, unless we all investigate and know the truth. Find out for ourselves, and don't get too caught up in this two-party rigged system. Again, the politics are pretty much the same between Trump and Kamala. Like, there's a couple policy issue differences, but not really. They both promoted the thing we're not allowed to talk about, so it's the same on all that. It's the same on a lot of even their geopolitical policies. So, like, it's basically the same. Both are going to print more debt. Both are going to create hyperinflation. Trump printed $8 trillion. Biden printed $7 trillion. Whoa. It's the same. It's the same policies pretty much. And again, we also have to look at the actions. Like, was the wall ever built during Donald Trump's presidency? No, it's wide open. It was never completed. So how is he going to deport millions of people, what he calls undocumented immigrants and illegals, when he couldn't even finish the wall? He's only going to have 4 years to do it. So that's not going to get done. And that was actually a really good question Kamala asked. How are you going to do it? Round people up, go door to door, like with the military or something? Notice he obfuscated, didn't even say how he was going to do it, because he doesn't have a plan. That's the point. It's only a talking point that sounds good to the American people, that rah-rahs the sheep. Oh yeah, we're going to do it. No, none of that's going to be done. Again, this is a destabilizing fourth, fifth generation event in America. They've got the American people right where they want them. Now they're going to roll out a cyber event, a Stuxnet type event. They'll blame Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, maybe all of them at the same time. And this is how they'll usher in the new digital reset, like I've been telling you about for years. Again, you'd be rich if you took my advice here. With Bitcoin, you are rich if you did. Just onboarded a brand new couple, actually, who made millions of dollars as a part of my BitcoinRich.com program, husband and wife. He even has his own channel. I'm going to be doing a testimonial video with him very, very soon. So Bitcoin is a sure thing. Super, super bullish. I still think we'll get volatility and could get a drawdown prior to the election or some crash or something, but we know where this is going long term. Up only. Because again, all the global elites that really own America, the United States Corporation of the United States, have had this plan long in advance, and it's how I knew about it. It's how I knew about Palantir stock. It's breaking new 52-week all-time highs because it's an AI play, which is what I told you. I was as sure of it as this, the stability of this rock here, crushing down on the earth that's probably been here a million years, because it's a sure thing. Bitcoin's a sure thing. Donald Trump announcing his own crypto is only going to make my investors more money. More people are onboarding because they see it's the future and that we are years ahead of everybody else. So that's really good news. That's super positive. And by the way, to learn more about that and our future tokenization and our no bank debt investment, which you need a minimum of 30 units to onboard, click the link below at islandproject.com and get in today. See our terms and disclaimers. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just rich because I told all of you to buy Bitcoin under 1,000. Now we own the first $33.5 million no bank debt portfolio of beach and oceanfront homes. And I'm tokenizing it along with my entire team, members, and Papa John as we move into 25. It's $1 billion project, folks. Yeah, it's fun. Come stay at all the units. And also for those of you that are current members or onboarding now, make sure you book your reservation for our $6 million ski lodge and come skiing with us later on this holiday season. The best months, of course, are December, late December, all the way sometimes even pushing into early April. So make sure you do that now and see our tiers at 150, 250, 500, 1,000 units, all the way to 30 minimum and up. Gives you access, large capital gains, interest, income, and then in addition to that, some use. We're not a timeshare, so you can actually enjoy your property instead of staying at a hotel or an Airbnb and just wasting your money on nothing. You might as well own something that's hyper appreciating because, again, hyperinflation is now guaranteed, like I said, and it's only going to go up. And so what are they building for your kids and what are they doing to society? They're basically bankrupting it, so you'll never own anything again, and it'll be more difficult to buy the assets that we already own, which is why you should buy it, because that's the solution. Focus on solutions and leave a comment. Do you believe the next event will be a grid down or a Stuxnet-like crisis? Maybe an EMP. And by the way, why are they putting satellites in our sky up here? They're putting them up there for surveillance. They're not there to give you faster internet, guys. They're building a prison planet. It's for surveillance because it connects all those satellites, all that space junk. That Elon Musk, that's why he gets all the government money, because they've got an incentive to enslave all of humanity, the AI and all the G towers. You know what they are. I can't say it online. Connect with each other. And then they're connecting with the bodies that they have injected which will control that hive, much like a Borg system. Again, the AI is running everything. They have an AI governance board rolling out right now. They're not telling the public about it, but this will be announced very, very soon. Bill Gates has started to hint on it, and it's going to be there to govern you and your families and all of your activities online, your bank accounts, all of your freedom, your speech, your access to credit, your ability to board planes. This is why they're grabbing all that data. It was a massive data collection campaign. This is what the elites did with all their tests. And then they fed it into machines, ran the simulations to extract all that knowledge. See, they've got the American people right where they want them, and American people gave it up for free. That's the tragedy. Instead of getting rich along with us, which is what you should be doing now, it's still not too late, they just gave it for free to all these people, all these scumbags that are now just profiting implicitly with no legal liability. It's amazing, right? By the way, we will never reach out to you, DM or text you on Facebook. I will never friend request you. There's a lot of people out there that impersonate public figures. That's not me. The only way to ever onboard our project and speak with us is by doing an actual call or a FaceTime with my father or myself, and or our only official website, islandproject.com, for the digital Noah's Ark. That's it. We accept crypto, ACH, wire transfer, debit, credit card, and a whole lot other options for you, but it's all listed at islandproject.com. So call my dad on that and make sure you're DCAing before our tokenization. I'll be tuning in, of course, to Trump's message and the launch of his new crypto project, which only guarantees that my members will go 1000x. Because again, we're way ahead of the curve, and we're the only and first company in the world to tokenize the best real estate here in Maui and Oahu and Park City, Utah, and soon with our international locations in places like Bali and Thailand and Tokyo. Pretty cool, right? It's an awesome network, and it's Christian faith-first individuals here, along with the general and thousands of members from over 12 countries worldwide. Join us now. I love you, and Jesus Christ is Lord.